Hi, hello, Annyeong! Welcome back to my channel! So, today is gonna be a session where I share my honest opinion about MNET's current reality competition show, Kingdom. But before we start, my opinions are based on what I have experienced so far as being the one behind the camera and also in front of the camera. It's impossible to be biased since I love all 6 of them, but all I say, you guys are free to have your own opinion. Disagree with me, to agree with me, to unlike, to like, to subscribe, unsubscribe, up to you. There is no biasness, there's no targeted hate or anything. I support all of them equally. So let's go. Let's talk about round 1 and round 2 specifically, because I feel like these 2 rounds needs something to be said. The first round, To the World, the groups were tasked to perform their representative hit songs. All of the song choices are ideal and matching to the band's or the group's reputation. They have built themselves in terms of their abilities and their talents. But I really feel like it's a miss for the boys and SF9 because they should have performed Stiller and Good Guy here instead of in the intro round. These 2 songs really bring out the best of them in terms of the ability to perform. These 2 songs really highlights what they have and their own ability, and the impact of the performance itself is strong. So I really feel like it is a miss. I'm not saying that No Air and Jealous is not a good song, but for SF9, Jealous, it is heavily reliant on instrumental melody for the chorus. The performance are not as strong. There was an empty void. It wasn't enough to compensate. In terms of the boys, Stiller is just so much better as compared to No Air. But I love No Air though, the catchy tunes and everything. But aside from that, in terms of the impact and everything, I think Stiller is much more better, so yeah. Performance wise, I feel like it is a miss with Icon, because when we perform on stage, we are not only supposed to portray the lyrics, we are not only supposed to deliver what we have to say through the song, we also need to match with the emotions. We also need to interact with not only the people but also the props, the everything that is around you. In fact, you're supposed to portray that you're comfortable on stage. That is what I meant by interaction with the props and everything. So I feel like for Icon, they lack that element, and also do not have the thing that a lot of Kingdom viewers like to see in every performance, which is to have a story plot. If they were to able to identify this earlier on and implement it inside their performance, they would have done better, they would have gained better results. So
very A-shifter.
that's my opinion for round 1. That is for the artists themselves. But one thing that really triggers me was the camera works, because they're really trying to bring out that first point of view kind of angle. But the transitioning wise and also the impact that the angle brings is a little bit lacking, because when it comes to transitioning, you need to have the perfect timing and you need to actually communicate with what the artists want to bring with the dance move and everything. And I know they have rehearsals. So why? Camera 감독님, why? 왜요? 왜 그래요? 왜? It just triggers me. Aside from timing, I feel like they could have played around with the zoom function, because I know that in a professional camera setting, they have this ability to control the speed of the zoom, how fast you want to zoom in. They could have played around with that instead of just moving front and back, which is much more tedious. But there's a lot of parts whereby the camera works could have done better and could have played with some effects of the zoom, and the panning transition should have been timed properly during rehearsals so that viewers can actually feel like it's literally a POV. But now let's go to round 2. So round 2, the theme was Reborn. This round itself, there is a lot of lacking. I feel like the staff didn't elaborate enough on what is expected from the artist. From what I see, The only groups that were able to match with the theme is iKON, 80s, and B2B. Because to me, the definition of reborn is that the artist is able to challenge their creativity to make that song theirs, to make that song unrecognizable, to be the original singer's song. In the case of iKON, although from the starting to the beginning of the chorus, you can hear 80s inception. It was still 80s inception. But towards the end, it was iKON. They added their identity in the arrangement, adding the drops, playing the pauses and everything. The performance-wise was really different. It was really iKON. The identity of the song itself changed. In terms of 80s, they did not only incorporated the best TV show right now on Netflix. It's still available, Money Heist. But the delivery of the song, the melody and everything, their arrangement, they made it theirs. They really made Rhythm Tha theirs. However, I feel like the arrangements towards the end could have been a little bit neater. There's a lot of things going on. I don't know which to focus, the hype of the vocals or the background beating at a higher BPM. So I just wish that it could have been a little bit neater towards the end, but overall it was great. B2B performed Backdoor. The starting till the last minutes of the end, it was really B2B. We can see the individual colors of the members in terms of the way they rap, the way they perform and everything. And the arrangements was really interesting. How they incorporated rock inside, so it was really great. But at the end, towards the end, it's starting to come back that it was Stray Kids. That was the only part that I felt like they could have added a little bit more twist at the end to make it theirs. SF9 performs Stiller. Though they make changes to the lyrics, the changes to the arrangements are actually very minimal to the extent that you wouldn't realize unless you really analyze the details of it. So when I watched SF9 perform Stiller, what I was seeing was SF9 is doing a cover of The Boys Stiller. For The Boys, Also Le Mio, they added the tango twist, rap change. They played with the arrangement here and there, but I felt like it was 20% short. Okay, no, not 20%. It was 15% short of matching the theme, because I'm seeing SF9's Also Le Mio. Originally, Also Le Mio was a Latin pop genre. Adding the tango twist, it just differs by a bit only. As for Stray Kids, they perform I'll Be Your Man. I love the story plot. It was impactful. I love the delivery of every line. But in terms of the melody and everything and the impact and everything, it's still B2B I'll Be Your Man.
Very Egypta.
Nevertheless, all of the performance, all of them did great. That is my opinion in terms of the artist's performance. Now, specifically, I am very triggered by the experts' evaluation. Here's why.